Hello again, everybody. Don Eastup along with Dale Johnson and Bill Crook tonight for Corbin Redhound football, the home opener. The Paris Greyhounds will take on our Redhounds here tonight. It's been a pretty good matchup so far in this series that goes back a couple of years. The Redhounds have dominated, but we've had some exciting games and high-scoring football games.
Well, that's very typical when you play a mid-Kentucky school, middle part of the Kentucky school. The Paris Greyhounds are a very offensive-minded football team. They've got a lot of speed and a lot of quickness, and most of it's exhibited by their quarterback, Jerry Barnes, who's had a tremendous week last week.
As a matter of fact, Bill, he accounted for 6 touchdowns. This team scored 53 points, Paris, and they had 6 touchdowns in the first half.
Oh, yes, and, of course, Hazard is no pushover. They're a very strong Class A contingent, and I was really surprised to see that they allowed 53 points. Of course, Coach Granison indicated that had there not been a number of fumbles in the game, that the score would have been more like 35-14. But nonetheless, they put 53 points on the board against the Hazard.
You know, the Corbin Redhounds are ranked number 1 in Class AA football. Paris was ranked number 3 in Class A. And Paris has always had a very representative team in Class A football.
Oh, yes, their tradition is tremendous. They probably have got the best Class A record of any school in the state. And certainly we're not very much larger than a Class A school. And, of course, our tradition's been great also here in AA. But I think this is a great rivalry, and their school board is to be commended, along with ours, for initiating a game home and home basis with Paris each year.
The Corbin Redhounds, tough, no doubt about it, ranked number 1 in AA football. They won over Lexington Bryan Station in the Thoroughbred Bowl to start the season. Then last week they won over Cumberland by 35-7. It was a rainy night. Matter of fact, it came a downpour before the game started last week, and it hampered the play somewhat, but the Redhounds, just so powerful, they were able to pretty well dominate that game.
Oh, well, it was a field much like tonight. It was pretty wet, Don, and our Redhounds are a big ball club, and as long as we're able to run tackle to tackle, we're pretty difficult to deal with, and I think Paris will see a great deal of that tonight.
So it's the home opener, Corbin and Paris, here tonight from Campbell Field in Corbin. Thank you for joining us for the replay here on Channel 19 Southern Cablevision. We'll be right back in a moment with the start of tonight's game, but right now, these messages from our sponsors. Back here at Campbell Field in Corbin, a good contingent of fans turning out here tonight. We've had some rain prior to the game, but it looks as if a lot of people are waiting till the last minute to come into the field. We're having the introduction of the captains, and for Corbin tonight, we have 2 captains. It will be our quarterback, number 15, Brian Gilmore, along with the fullback, number 28, Tony Hoover, representing Corbin in the captain's post tonight. Coach Cotton Adams has dressed the entire squad. It's very impressive. About 80 players out there in those red jerseys.
Well, it's always the way that they react in a home game. Don, they make it a point to dress all the players that they can, give the freshmen, the sophomores opportunities to go out on Campbell Field at a big home game. And, you know, Don, Alan Cutler on his sports show this evening gave the Paris-Corbin game the top billing of any in the state tonight.
Well, 2 class programs are underway. There are a lot of good games going on tonight, but you won't find any much better than what we're having here tonight on this beautiful football field. As a matter of fact, the shower, I guess, just made it like a carpet out there because the field's in very good condition.
It certainly is, and, you know, as much rain as we had earlier in the summer, we haven't had all that much until just recently, and it has softened the field somewhat.
Harris has won the toss, elected to receive. And the Greyhounds in those white uniforms with the orange numerals here tonight, and the Corbin in those red jerseys. Corbin 2-0, and Paris, after winning their opener last week against Hazard, they are 1-0. Next week, Corbin will be taking on an unknown opponent. As far as us knowing too much about them, we don't, other than the fact that Austin East of Knoxville, Tennessee is filling the slot that was vacant. It's good that we do have that 10th game, but it's obvious that Austin East of Knoxville, Tennessee is one of the toughest teams on our schedule.
Most certainly so. They're traditionally very tough, Don, and it just so happens that this will be their opening game of the season. All they've had up to this point has been the Gritterama, which was played last Saturday night. and they were very well. They may play this week, but they had not had their opening game as of last Saturday. In the Gritorama, they defeated Knoxville Central 14-0 in one quarter. So I'm sure they're going to be very tough, as they always are.
A very class program here at Corbin. The Corbin Redhound Varsity Club having their hamburger fry and free Pepsi and hot dogs and so forth, and entertainment over at the Youth Center just outside the gate. If you are not a member of the Redhound Varsity Club, the membership drive is underway. We encourage you to help support the Redhound Varsity Club, because the Varsity Club does support many of the programs underway at Corbin High School.
They certainly do. Bill Hoover, of course, is president of the Varsity Club and just does a tremendous job as far as leadership is concerned for that club. I don't know what that we could do without him, but he, along with the other members, have provided a great deal of emphasis on Corbin Redhound sports, both revenue generating and non-revenue generating sports.
William Wells, number 5, is the deep man for Paris. He's a 6', 160-pound junior, as the kickoff by Rucker will take him to the 10-yard line, where he gets it at the 15 to the 20, 25. And what a lick he's put down by number 12 for Corbin. That would be Mark Dudley.
And would you believe that Mark Dudley is our third-team quarterback, and well, if he can put a lick on like that, he may be moving the linebacker before long.
That was impressive, no doubt about it. But Paris will open the football game here tonight with field position just shy of their 30. Let's call it the 28-yard line, where Paris will get underway. Now, we've already talked about their quarterback. His name is Jerry Barnes. He's a 5'10", 160-pound senior. Barnes was the kid that really got it done last week. He will have William Wells split wide to the right at back. Also the back Holman to the left side. And running with the football now, well, we're going to have to find out who that is, number 10. He's not listed.
Well, I don't know who he is, but number 63, Todd Abney, ran him down from behind. He really kind of got a bad angle at him and chased him outside and down the sideline and to make the tackle.
All right, Jerry Barnes. I saw a picture in the Paris paper. He had on number 82. He's listed as number 2 here, and that was Barnes right there, number 10. So Barnes has moved the ball up to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 6 on the first play. Barnes will deal it this time, and nothing there as the Corbin defense really reacts.
Great job in the hole there by Tim French, and Jeff Moran drove him back, and Corey Reeves wrapped him up behind the line of scrimmage. Really a tough-looking defensive play by those 3 young men on that particular play.
So Stewart fails to gain the ball at about the 35-yard line. It will be 3rd down and some 4 yards to go for Paris right here. An official's timeout momentarily now. So Paris will have a big play coming in this initial drive as they started from their own 28-yard line. The ball at the 35. They'll have some 3 yards to go. This game being brought to you by R.C. Miller, your Texaco distributor in this area, and by Johnny Wheels on 18th Street in Corbin. Those are 2 of our fine sponsors for the replay of Corbin Redhound football here on Channel 19 Southern Cablevision. This is Donnie Stepp with Bill Crook and Dale Johnson. We're in our 11th year of televising Corbin football here on Southern Cablevision. Play was held up momentarily. They're bringing a new football in, it looks like.
They seem to be a little concerned about maybe how much air was in it or whatever. Coach Granassen requested that they put a new football in there, so they're going to be running it with 3rd and about 4 yards to go, Don. You know, I'll tell you, a young man that's really come on the last couple of games and is playing defensive end out there is Todd Abney, the junior. And he really played a good game from his defensive end last week in Cumberland, and he started this game off with the initial tackle.
Here's the setup now. It's 3rd down and 3. And Barnes moving with it, but flags are down, halting play.
Their left end moved, Don. He jumped up, and so it'll be a penalty against Paris.
So the penalty would put the ball back to the 30-yard line. And Paris now will really have their work cut out for them. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 yards for the first down. You called it right, Bill. It will be a 5-yard penalty against the Greyhounds.
A large contingent from Paris here tonight, Don, and they're whooping it up and making plenty of noise, huh?
We have just a few empty seats across the way in Dennis Stadium. Had we not had the threatening skies and the rain prior to the game, I believe we would have No doubt about it, a standing room only crowd. Matter of fact, if you take those standees that love to go around that fence right now, put them in the stands, we'd have a capacity crowd.
You couldn't put a gun on those boys and get them in the stands.
We're ready to go. Barnes, the quarterback, number 10. He will hand it off this time, but they won't get the first down, only up to the 33-yard line. And the ball carrier was Leshan Stewart.
And the tackler was Jeff Moran and big Derek Raines as they plugged up the hole on that draw play. A pretty well conceived play, and they ran it at a good time, but they didn't fool the Red Hounds.
So they get 3 yards on that one to the 33-yard line, and Paris will be forced to kick now. Their numbers will be a little hard to see like Corbin's were last week because of the wet field conditions and that orange tonight on those white jerseys. Corbin has a triple safety. The deep man is Brent Kennedy. The ball is down. He's going to run, and the run is zoned. Let's see if they'll get him before he gets the first down. It will be close. It will be very close.
Very close, Don. As a matter of fact, I think he may have got it. He fumbled the ball, and we did not have the rush on at that particular time, and it made it difficult for us. He got outside, and he could have picked up the first down. It's going to be very close.
William Gillespie, the kicker, a 6'1", 175-pound senior, ran with the ball. And this will determine whether or not Paris keeps the ball or Corbin takes over with excellent field position.
Eagle Eye Johnson swears that he's short, so I'm going to have to go along with that.
Hey, no doubt about it. He says about 12 inches on this one. Usually he can narrow it down to 2 or 3. But
yeah.
Looks like Corbin will get a big break here to start this game.
Certainly so, and we've already got our offense on the field, so we're pretty well convinced that it's short.
They're taking the chain from this side of the field all the way across to the other side. Corbin Materials, if you need sand, gravels, concrete, septic tanks. See, Corbin Materials, Dale was off 1 inch, but let's give him credit.
He's slipping a little in his old age, but 13 inches, you know.
Corbin will take over. However, Gillespie came close to getting it. Stopped just in time, and the Red Hounds have it at the 38-yard line of Paris. Now in excellent field position. We'll set that lineup for you. In the backfield at quarterback is number 15, Gilmore. The up back, that is Tony Hoover. Back to the left side is Davis. To the right side, that will be Mervo Grigsby. And the handoff given to Davis on the first carry, and Davis will get 2 to the 36-yard line.
Well defensed by Paris there, and Davis, who is starting, I assume, in the place of Darian Jackson, who's out with an injury this week, picks up maybe a couple yards, Don, but we didn't get anybody blocked too well that time.
Darren Jackson is out. At first last week we thought that he had a broken collarbone, but we understand it's a bad bruise. We'll be back shortly, but he's out tonight. And number 25, that is Kenny Davis, a 5'8", 166-pound sophomore, starting in his stead at that halfback position. Second down and 8. Gilmore having a little trouble handling it. Gets to Kennedy. Wide left. Here he goes. Kennedy will be taken down and upended, but he got the first down to about the 25-yard line.
And had he got one more step, Don, Kennedy would have been in the end zone. The man kind of got a hold of him by his jersey as he was going by, but Brent Kennedy has an excellent speed, and had he been able to get one more step, he would have been gone. A nice counter by the Red Hounds and some excellent blocking on this side of the line, on the left side of the line.
11 yards on that one. A first down, the first of the ball game, to the 25-yard line of Paris now as the Red Hounds operate with Davis, Grigsby, and Hoover in the backfield behind Gilmore. Here's his call on the first down play. Gilmore will give it to Grigsby, and Grigsby tumbles over the line of scrimmage for about 2 to the 23-yard line.
The blocking was pretty good that time. Mervo tripped over someone's foot as he was going through there. He had a pretty good hole in the center of the line. Derek Raines and Jonathan Wells had opened up for him, but he just kind of tripped a little bit and stumbled into the hole.
Number 88, John Sermont, 6 foot, 173-pound senior, carries the play in, replacing number 84, Jeff Moran. It's second down and 8 for the Red Hounds from the 23-yard line as Gilmore will give it to Davis. Davis, following that blocking, will take it to the 20-yard line. Got about 3 more.
And following that blocking, and I'm talking about Tony Hoover whenever we say following that blocking, right on his rear end as he followed him into the right side of the line. Mervo Grigsby out there leading with the block, and they just pushed him off the ball. Just excellent downfield blocking and at the line of scrimmage also.
Remember the first time we played these Greyhounds, how quickly we put those touchdowns on the board in that first quarter. They looked up, and all of a sudden Corbin had 3 on the board, and we did it again last year. We got some early scores.
Yeah, they made a little run back at us last year, but we put a bunch on them early.
Here we go. This is a 3rd down and 5 play from the 20-yard line as Gilmore will give it right straight up the middle. Grigsby, I think he got the first down. He did, as he takes the ball for 5 yards to near the 15-yard line.
And I was trying to figure the blocking scheme in there at that time, Don. It looked like they had moved Big Carpenter, Joel Carpenter, into a guard and Ted Engel out to the right tackle that time. And I don't know how that worked in their blocking scheme, but whatever it was, it seemed to work as they picked up a good bit of yardage.
Joel Carpenter wears jersey number 76 to 263-pound senior. Corbin does get the first down. That's their second of the game. The ball at the 15-yard line on the hash mark to the wide right side of the field. It's the counter right straight up the middle. That's going to be Davis, and Davis gets a couple of more to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Kenny Davis has got some good explosion from his backfield spot. He really shoots up into the hole real quick. They open the hole in the middle, and he gets there in a hurry. And, of course, we've got over on that, where he came over that time was Jonathan Wells. And Jonathan, as we all know, gets off the ball real fast.
Jonathan Wells wears jersey number 60. He's 5'8", 194-pound junior. Corbin at the 13-yard line, 2nd and 8. And we have offsides. He does get off the ball in a hurry.
Jonathan really gets off the ball fast. He had a little bit of a problem with that last year. He anticipated a great deal from his nose guard position, but that's one of the few times this year I've seen him jump. He's an eager player, Jonathan is, but I like that aggressive spirit.
That will cost him 5, so each team has had a penalty of 5 yards thus far. Pushes Corbin back to the 18-yard line now. And the Red Hounds from there will have it 2nd down. It'll be 13 yards to go for the first down. No score. We're at the 6-minute mark of this opening period. Here we go with the backfield straight away. Gilmore rolling back. Uh-oh, opposition's there. They'll get him way back there at the 27, 28-yard line.
We got a flag. I think we've got a roughing the passer flag on Paris. They got a little bit exuberant as they got in there that time, Don. Made an excellent defensive play, but I believe he roughed our passer.
He looked around and said, guess who's here? A big Paris Greyhound was all over top of him, and that's unusual because Gilmore does get back, set up quickly, but that time nobody got in front of what looked like that left defensive end.
Oh, yeah, he come in clean, and really Brian had no opportunity whatsoever to throw the ball, get rid of it, or move in any direction. And their exuberance really has ended up costing them because on this side of the line, number 9, their defensive end, come charging in and threw a little bit of a late lick.
So we'll see just what it will cost them. He had lost yardage back to the 28-yard line. That would be 10 yards on that play. But now the penalty will be stepped off, and let's see where they end up with it. It will turn out to a gain for Corbin. It is a roughing the passer penalty, and that has put the ball down to the 14-yard line. So we come out pretty good on that one. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Okay, Donna, and I would think that we might go back to our ground game right here. Maybe something of a draw.
In the backfield now will be Kennedy, number 7 to this side, Grigsby to the other side, Hoover the up back, and Gilmore has them at the 14-yard line with the ball in the center of the field now. On 2nd down and 9 as Gilmore's back to throw. He's looking for Kennedy, too tall. Kennedy was out there open, but the pass was overthrown. Wide open, Don, and we certainly had an opportunity for 6 there, and Brian doesn't usually throw too many bad passes, but that was a bad one. You know, the yard marker has 4th down, and the scoreboard has 3rd down, and I don't know what we're running. I think it should be 4th down. If you think about it, that was a dead ball foul a moment ago. Okay. But the yards marker did not change when I called it 2nd down. Now they go from 2 to 4 on the downs marker, so we are at 4th down. The ball at the 14-yard line, 4th down and 9. Double wideouts to the right side, and Moran and Grigsby. Gilmore down, Gilmore back. He's looking, he's throwing, and Gilmore throws it for Grigsby in the end zone. Touchdown. He was on the money that time. He certainly was, right between the threes to number 33, Merv Grigsby, and Mervo looked it in real nice, caught it in a little bit of traffic, but a real nicely thrown pass by Brian Gilmore. Brian can put it on the money. He has been doing it with consistency. If you'll think about it, last week, 2 4th down touchdown passes. Well, he's a Mr. Clutch. There's no question about that. I recall last year coming in that critical 4th down situation against Bell County in the rain and throwing a touchdown. Brian Gilmore's a player. 10 plays. It takes Corbin to go the 38 yards. The try for the point after touchdown now by Mulberry. It's blocked. Mulberry had gone 5 for 5 last week. This one is blocked, so we have a timeout with 5 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the opening period. Timeout on the score. It's Corbin 6, Paris nothing. And the kickoff this time will be taken by Wells as Wells comes straight up. He's hit once. He goes down as number 25 Kenny Davis gets him right around the waist and takes him down near the 31-yard line.
He made the initial. He made the tackle. The initial contact was made once again by Mark Dudley, and that Mark Dudley is really getting down the field quick, and he's looking like a headhunter. Looks like his daddy, Tim Dudley, used to play for the Red Hounds.
Just beyond the 31-yard line for Paris now, as Jerry Barnes will operate his team coming into the backfield. Number 22, LaShawn Stewart. He replaces number 7, Chris Griggs. So Paris will have their second offensive series going from there. The wide out to the right side is Robbie Arrowwood. And Barnes on the option. Pitches back, and he's got his man cutting the corner. He'll get 7 or 8 yards out of it.
A real nice lick in there, Don. Brent Kennedy come up from his cornerback position and put a good, hard, solid tackle in there, just the way they teach it.
Brian Washington, the ball carrier, number 34, 6'3", 175-pound junior, has put the ball forward to the 43-yard line. Pardon me, the 37-yard line, a gain of 6 yards. Only thing Corbin needs here on that field to make this look big time are those numbers out on the field like you see at some programs, and we've capped it off then.
Yeah, we talk about that. It seems like quite a few times over the course of a year or two, don't we?
28 years in a row I've done that. William Gillespie, the ball carrier, and Gillespie will bring it up near the 40-yard line.
And once again, and on the tackle over on that side is Ted Engel and looked like Jonathan Wells. Red Hounds are playing very strong defense right now against a very potent offensive team from Paris. This Barnes is extremely quick and dangerous to score from any place on the field, Don.
They're going to need short yardage on 3rd down, and a moment ago on 3rd down, they got off sides and cost them 5. Let's see what happens here. The wide out, Griggs, will go wide to the left side, and Mathis comes to this side. They'll try it up the middle, and Gillespie will get the first down. Gillespie keeps shaking off tacklers, but finally Ted Engel comes up to get him near midfield.
A very strong run by Gillespie. That's in the years that I've seen Paris play over the last 3 or 4 years that they've played Corbin. I don't know that they've had that big determined runner like Gillespie showed there. He was able to knock the tacklers off and pick up some good positive yardage for the Greyhounds. And we certainly don't need them to get their heads up and start driving it down the field on us.
A lot of people thought this could be a high-scoring game here tonight. Gillespie got 9 yards on that one to the 49-yard line. That's the Greyhounds' first down of this football game. So they're threatening to get into Red Hound territory for the first time tonight. As Barnes has a slot formation to the right side now. He calls, he's rolling. He's looking to pass. Now Barnes will put it down, and he'll eat the football behind the line of scrimmage. Ted Engel put a nice lick on him.
Excellent tackle by Ted Engel, and they drug him out of bounds there. And over on the sidelines, a couple of players fell on him. The Paris fans seemed to think that there might have been some unnecessary roughness. I really didn't see anything. They had to fall someplace and just happened to be out of bounds.
After all, it is not touch football here. Back at the 46-yard line, that will be a loss of 3 yards as Ted Engel runs down quarterback Jerry Barnes. Barnes threw for 3 touchdowns last week. He ran for 3 touchdowns last week. He gained 242 yards. But, of course, that was against Hazard. They're playing Corbin here tonight as Chris Griggs will go wide to the left side. And he'll counter the ball to Gillespie, and here he goes. No, the big guy just taken down before he goes all the way. That was not Gillespie. That was Brian Washington, who almost went the distance.
And what was more important for us, that was Coyote Gooden that made the tackle. And had he got about one more step, I'm afraid that they may have had 6.
He got it to the 39-yard line. That's a run of 15 yards, and for Paris, that's their second first down of this game. So the Greyhounds seem to have more power this year than the teams that we've witnessed in the past, and they're using it here tonight.
They certainly do, and they're opening some nice holes in the center of our line there on those counters. Sometimes when you get over aggressive, that happens. on
Ready
defense.
to go. It's going to be Gillespie this time. Gillespie's hauled down right near the line of scrimmage as a good pursuit on that side.
An excellent play by Mervo Grigsby and Ted Engel. Mervo Grigsby made the initial contact there, coming up and playing the run, and just made a fine tackle.
Basically no gain on that play. The ball still at the 39-yard line, and Paris will have it 2nd down and 10. Running in the play will be Griggs, number 7. He replaces Stewart in that backfield. Along the front line for Corbin, number 57 is James Mabe. Number 60 is Jonathan Wells playing the nose.
Number 81.
81, Tim French. Barnes rolling to his right, looking to throw, looking now, cocking the arm, lets it go. Kennedy defensing, and it is caught for the touchdown. That's a sling that goes all the way
Did a good
Griggs.
job. Got completely behind our defenders, Don. I don't think we realized that he could throw the ball that far.
Chris Griggs got behind Kennedy. That's an unusual thing to happen, but they've done it, and now Paris threatens to take the lead.
Yeah, it's very unusual for a high school kid to be on the run and be able to throw the football 45, 50 yards in the air, and that's what he just did. I don't think our defensive back thought he was capable of that.
Paris now going for the point after touchdown with Wells kicking. And the kick is up. The kick is good. Paris has taken the lead. That was Robbie Arrowwood, number 25, that kicked it through. So we have a timeout with 2:39 to go in the opening period. And the score is Paris 7, Corbin 6. Time for rejoicing for the Greyhound fans, and they're delirious right now as they lead the Redhounds by 7-6 on that 39-yard touchdown pass from Barnes to Griggs. And the kickoff, it will be taken by Kennedy now at the 20 to the 25. He drops the football. Who's got it? Boy, are they ever going for it out there. It, I think, remains in the possession of Corbin, but he just dropped that football running upfield.
A rather inauspicious 30 seconds for Brent Kennedy, but we were able to come up with it. And,
I think Todd Abney, number 63.
Yeah, Todd got the football and kind of saved our skins there. I think we better get back to the old grind them out routine and take it down the field and punch it in the end zone, take a little bit of their momentum away from them.
Pretty decent field position as it is at the 34-yard line where the Redhounds start their second offensive series. So rather conservative formations thus far, with both ends in tight and the backfield straight away as the handoff will be given for the first time tonight to Hoover. He just rams ahead.
Oh, yeah.
No hold, so to speak, there, but he cut to his left and got a couple of three.
There was a hole there after he got to that line of scrimmage because he made one. He kind of drove it through for the yards that he was able to get, and he got about 4 yards.
Got 4 yards to the 38-yard line where Corbin will have it now, 2nd down and 6. Unusual position, the first time this year, of course, that Corbin has trailed. However, last week against Cumberland, it was 7-7 at one point. Corbin won that one 35-7. Now, Davis gets the call. Davis trying to follow that interference to the right side. Crosses the 40 to about the 41. Still will be short some 3 yards of that first down.
I notice the Paris kids are very excited, and their fans very excited, Don. This may be the first time they've been ahead of Corbin in 4 years. I don't ever recall it being that way. So I can understand them being excited. We're going to have to do something to kind of quell that, or they're going to stay right in the ball game.
So they got it to the 41-yard line. Now it's 3rd down and 3 for the first down. Gilmore trying to draw him off with that cadence. Does not. That has happened successfully before. Took too much time. In the Bryan Station game, we got a couple of first downs like that. Paris stood their ground.
Well, Paris is a very well coached team. This Roger Granason has had a tremendous record prior to coming to Paris at Louisville Trinity, and he's well prepared. He does a good job scouting, and I'm sure that he knew that the Red Hounds would, in critical situations, try to change their cadence and draw Paris offside. So this time, due to the scouting, I'd say of Paris, it kind of backfired on us a little bit.
So the penalty will put it back to the 36-yard line, really the 35, a long walk-off as the ball was at the 41. And from there, So So 3rd and 8 for the first down. An entirely different situation here in the closing seconds of this first quarter. Gilmore calling. Gilmore back to throw. He has time. He throws. Grigsby's got it up that sideline for the first down. Down that sideline and out of bounds. And Corbin will have it at the 45-yard line of Paris.
And I believe we may have a face mask. He either marked where he went out of bounds or he put a flag. Evidently, he just marked where he went out of bounds.
Big throw when you have to have it. Gilmore has been coming through time after time in this young football season. That went all the way down to the Paris 45-yard line. Corbin's 3rd first down of this football game. A 20-yard pass play. Now with the first down, 40 seconds to go in the quarter. A handoff to Davis, Rams ahead. Davis gets across the 45 to about the 43. So Kenny Davis getting a good start from the backfield position here tonight. Has picked up a couple of 3 yards.
And he's carrying the football a great deal, considering that it is his first start. They're running him a good bit. He's doing yeoman's duty out there.
He got 2 to the 43-yard line. 2nd and 8 right here. Darren Jackson is out tonight because of that injury suffered last week. He'll be back, though, shortly. Here's the call. Gilmore back to throw, almost falls down. Oh, he's got Corey Reeves. If he can get it to him, he does get it to him, and a Corbin first down at the 20-yard line.
A beautiful pass, and of course Corey Reeves, the all-state end that we have here, as just a remarkably good receiver. He uses his body well against the defender, and Brian put the ball right on the money. Beautiful reception.
Very pretty, and that will be the end of the first quarter of this game. Corbin in an unusual position, as we said, will trail after a quarter, though. At the end of one period here from Campbell Field and Corbin, the score is Paris 7, Corbin 6. We'll be back in a moment. As we begin our second period of this football game, a 23-yard pass play to Corey Reeves, number 44, has put the ball to the 20-yard line as Gilmore will give it now, and that's Grigsby trying wide to the left side. They manhandle him, takes him down after he gets a short gain.
I think Mervo missed his hole that time. I believe if he'd have cut back in after he got out there instead of taking the outside, I believe he might have got a good gainer because the blocking was there. And I think he kind of lost faith in it and shot to the outside, and when he did, they were able to pull him down.
He got 3 yards to the 17, and Corbin will have it 2nd and 7 from there. So the Red Hounds are threatening again. Their first offensive series produced a touchdown, but that came from the Paris 38-yard line on a 10-play drive. This one originated from the 34-yard line. On the second down play, it's the counter to Davis, and Davis will be cracked at the line of scrimmage.
And hit hard. They're using Davis kind of as Mr. Inside. They're going tackle to tackle with him. Hoover has only carried the ball actually one time that I recall. But Davis is doing the yeoman's job on the inside, and we're not getting a whole lot in there.
17-yard line. Well, give him the 16-yard line. Credit for a yard gain on that play, and Corbin will have it 3rd down and 6 for the first down. Gilmore back to throw. Gilmore looking. He'll go for Reeves, and Reeves can't get it. They had both Mervo Grigsby and Corey Reeves flooding to the right side, and the ball was just a bit overthrown.
Maybe a couple of feet, and Corey was kind of to the inside, and Mervo had went to the outside and down the sidelines, and either of them had an opportunity to receive the ball, but Brian threw it just a little high.
Can Brian Gilmore continue to thread the needle on 4th down plays? He has another opportunity right here. 4th down, 6 yards to go. The ball at the 16-yard line. Clock arrested at 10:42 of this first half, and Paris leading 7-6. So here we go. Both ends are in tight. The backfield is straight away, and a timeout call. This has happened many times already in this short football season, where Coach Cotton Adams has had to come out and talk about it. And after the timeout, success has been coming through for Corbin. Let's see what happens here. Did he add the magic potion? We'll wait to see right here. This is 4th down. Kennedy wide to the right. Grigsby is in the slot. Tailback position, Davis. Hoover, the blocking back. Gilmore, the quarterback. That's our setup right now from the 16. Grigsby in motion. Back to throw Gilmore. Looking across the middle. He's got Grigsby, but a bad throw. Had he led him that time, might have had a touchdown.
We've got a flag, Don.
Could be face guarding, if anything.
We have a flag. I think that what is pass interference from behind, I believe.
We cannot tell from our distance right here. We do see the flag, but the only thing that we could surmise would be interference, which would be a penalty and a first down and could save a drive for Corbin. And of course, if you're a Greyhound fan, you're going to say enough of that on their home field. It's just obvious that you would do it.
Yeah, well, I think what happened, and Mervo got in front of him. He slowed down a little bit, and the Paris player took him right on, and the ball sailed in behind him. It's a tough call, but I think a good, fair call.
That's what it is, pass interference on Grigsby that time. And we'll give Corbin another opportunity. They've had 2 big breaks thus far in this game with a situation like that. The ball now on Corbin's 5th first down of this football game will be inside the 10. I would say what, at the 9-yard line or 8-yard line, half the distance of the goal line at the 8, first and goal.
Timeout, Paris.
Corbin Redhounds, first down, goal to goal from the 8-yard line after that pass interference call. 10 minutes and 38 seconds to go. We're in the first half, and Paris leading this ball game by 7-6. Grigsby lost the ball. Rather, Gilmore lost the ball. And Paris gets it.
I'll tell you, Don, I don't really understand what happened to Brian on that play. The ball popped loose, and he stood there like maybe it shouldn't have been snapped or something. I don't know. Maybe he snapped it before he was supposed to or whatever.
Nevertheless, that penalty now will not reflect on any scoring situation as far as Corbin is concerned. And Paris gets the ball. It looks like they have it at their own 6-yard line on the fumble. So the Redhounds not getting off to the kind of start they have in the past against the Greyhounds of Paris, as Paris now will have it deep in their own territory, leading by 7-6. They have wideouts both ways, as Barnes will give, and sliding off, big ball carrier gets by 1 or 2. He's up to about the 15-yard line and lost the ball, but I'm pretty sure they're going to call him. No, it's Corbin football.
Well, I'll tell you this. It was a determined effort and a great run by the Paris running back. It was his effort that caused him to lose the football, actually. Come up with by Derek Raines, number 62.
That's great as far as Corbin is concerned, but what you're kind of displeased about is the way he was bumping off people from that backfield.
Well, we're not tackling, Don. We're kind of bumping around there, and he was beating us to death. If he hadn't fumbled the football, it would have been a very positive play for them.
So a fumble by Paris now gives the ball right back to Corbin, but this time they have it at the 18-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Now the Redhounds getting opportunity after opportunity, going to have to cash in because it appears as if Paris can play offense also.
Yes, they certainly can, and they're very dangerous. They have the potential and the capacity to score at almost any time from any place on the field. So I think it's imperative that we're going to be able to put some points on the board this game, particularly in this quarter.
At the 18-yard line now, Corbin goes with Davis, Grigsby, and Hoover behind Gilmore. And the handoff will be to Grigsby. Grigsby at the 15, Grigsby down to about the 11-yard line.
Nice, determined, hard run by Mervo Grigsby, who has just been an excellent hard running back for us the times that he's carried the football this season. He hasn't carried a whole lot, but when he has, he's done very well.
That's Bill Crook on microphone. This is Donnie Steppendale Johnson bringing you the replay of Corbin Redhound football. That is an 8-yard run to the 10, so it'll be 2nd and 2 for Corbin now. And they're back in that position they were a moment ago. Now, Gilmore will give it, and Davis will get close to a first down.
Yeah, another hard run, quick run by Davis. Davis looks extremely quick this evening. He, as you remarked during the break, seems to be getting into the hole before the hole can get open. He's so quick.
He is getting there in a hurry. He's been able to get 2 and 3 yards, but in a minute we expect him, as hard as he's running, maybe to break one of those. He's looking pretty good. Of course, he's in there in place of Darren Jackson, who's injured tonight. He got 1 yard, that time to the 9. And the Red Hounds will have it 3rd down and a yard, ball at the 9-yard line. Here's Mabe out over the ball at center. And Gilmore rolling. Gilmore gets the 1st down. Gilmore zigzagging to the 6-yard line, and down he goes, but he got the 1st down.
He did, and a very fine block out there by Jonathan Wells, who pulled out and led him around that left end. Jonathan's quickness, as we've noted many, many times over the last 2 years, really aided him that time, getting out in front of Brian and making a very critical block.
The ball at the 6. He picked up 3. Well, closer to the 5. Let's credit it to the 5-yard line, a pickup of 4, and Corbin will have it 1st and goal from there. The Red Hounds trail by 7-6, 8:20 to go in the 1st half. Gilmore dealing this time, and that's Davis, and Davis comes close, but he's not in.
Very, very close, though, Don, and I tell you, the middle of our line is beginning to move them off the ball just a little bit. Mabe in the middle at the center position, Wells and Engel at the guards, and Big Joel Carpenter and Derek Raines at tackles, doing a fine job now.
He's put the ball down to about the 2-yard line. Got 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down and goal to goal from there. And the call by Gilmore. This will be Davis, and Davis plows ahead. He's going to be close, but no signal yet. He didn't get in.
Close, but no cigar.
He's running very hard, but still getting only short yardage. That's the young sophomore.
From my point of view, Don, in the last 3 or 4 years that we've played Paris, this is by far their best effort, particularly on defense.
They're making us earn it. It's down at the 1. 3rd down and goal to goal from there. So here we go. Big play right here for Corbin on this 3rd down. Gilmore will keep, and Gilmore will go in without any problem at all.
All right. Ryan Gilmore, and at that time they were up for the middle of the line, and Ryan kept the football, went in untouched.
7:02 to go in the 1st half. Corbin has recaptured the lead at 12-7 now. And I would think the Red Hounds will go for the 2 points after right here.
No question about it. Maybe there is some question about it. If they had Tony Hoover over the football, they wouldn't do that if they, yeah, they're going to go for 2.
Trying to extend the lead now. Corbin will go for the 2 points after. Gilmore back. Gilmore looking. Kennedy. Pass is thrown away from him. He was there, but Brian has not been on target thus far tonight. With a couple of those. And
he broke clear and was in the end zone. Brian just kind of overlet him.
So Corbin does have the lead with 7:02 to go in the 1st half. Timeout on the score. Corbin 12, Paris 7. Brad Rucker kicking the football. Here's the return on. Paris will get good yardage all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Timmy French with the tackle, aided in there by number 59, Trey Pennington. It was just a good run back by Paris, and to be quite frank about it, we played less than sterling football to this point.
Brian Washington looks like he was injured on that return. He did get it across the 40. They'll mark it at the 41-yard line for Paris. So Brian Washington is up, being helped off the football field. Took a pretty hard tackle on that return, but Paris has good field position now at the 41-yard line. They will split the back. Robbie Arrowwood to the left side. And Wells goes to the right as the handoff is given. Well, Brad Engel is right there in time, by the way.
Now, Brad Engel's up in the stands, but Ted Engel's right there on the tackle.
Brad says, thanks for all that publicity you're giving me this year. Ted Engel was almost there in time to get that handoff.
Yeah, he sure was. That's a great play by Ted. All over their back.
A loss of 1.
I can't help but think as the game goes on, Don, that our line is going to take command of the line of scrimmage. We hadn't really done it so far, but I really believe we will as the game wears on.
By the way, our game being brought to you by Insurance Service Center on Kentucky Avenue. Insurance for your car, truck, boat, business, life, health. See Randy and the gang at Insurance Service Center. And by Corbin Marine. Well, our season's about complete as far as some activities are concerned on the lake, but there's still a lot of time this fall, and you can always think about next summer just how much fun it could be. See Corbin Marine for your marine products. Back to throw is Barnes. Barnes going to let her go. And there's Hinderlight. He's looking, can't get it.
You don't throw over Mark Hinderlight. If you notice, that's the first time they've tested him this evening. And once again, it points out the fact that Coach Grenaison has well scouted the Corbin football team. Hinderlight has not had much activity in his area, and I don't blame him.
Hey, I'm kind of impressed with Barnes. When you can throw it that far, likelihood somebody might can run under it.
Well, that's true, and that's exactly what happened on their first touchdown, on their only touchdown.
Corbin leads it by 12-7, 6 minutes to go in the first half now, and Paris will have it 3rd down 11, the ball at their own 40-yard line. And the Corbin defensive backs know they are being tested now, as Gooden, Hinderlight, and Kennedy will have to play with these scat backs from the Greyhounds. Here we go on the 3rd down play. Barnes back, rolling. Barnes has the corner. He's going to run this time. He'll be hemmed in. Barnes will be taken down shy of first down yardage. Matter of fact, he got to about the 44, and that was all.
Timmy French and Jeff Moran in on the tackle. And, Don, I can't say enough about Timmy French. A very under-publicized defensive end for the Red Hounds, and he's made tackle after tackle, and a lot of them in very crucial situations this season.
It'll be 4th down and 7 for the first down now, and Paris will have to kick it. They've attempted one punt tonight. It was a bad snap and fumbled, and they ran with it. So this will be actually the first kick of the night. William Gillespie in punt formation. Kennedy is the deep man for Corbin. Gillespie gets it out of there this time. It's going to be short and taken by Gooden at the 30, and Gooden's going to return it to the 35.
Showed a little boldness that time, Don, to take that football in without a fair catch. It was a short punt, and the Paris defenders were down on it pretty well. But Old Coyote gathered it in and got another 2 or 3 yards for us.
Got it up to the 35, where the Red Hounds will have it for the 4th time tonight, but they only own 2 touchdowns thus far. They lead it by 12-7. Paris scored 53 points last week in their opener. Corbin got 35. We were predicting a high-scoring game here tonight. 12-7 right now. Grigsby will be wide to the right side. Davis tailback, Hoover the fullback, and Gilmore goes under. Gilmore back, will hand it off, and that's Davis being creamed at the line of scrimmage.
And Kenny has taken a pretty good beating tonight. They used him a lot inside, and we just have not got it done from tackle to tackle on the inside this evening.
It'll be a loss of 1 back to the 34-yard line. No doubt about his effort in there, but Paris has been pretty well diagnosing what's happening.
Well, Kenny's really hitting it up in there. They're just not getting a lot of people blocked in the middle of that line, and then you don't run over those big tackles on the other side.
Davis is a sophomore, weighs 166 pounds. Now on 2nd and 11, Kennedy will come wide to the right side. Uh-oh. Well, we saw a couple of linemen for Corbin make the illegal shift right there, and when they did so, that will cost the Red Hounds 5 and will put the ball back to the 39.
Seems to be just a little bit of problem between the quarterback and the center on the snap, Don. I think I don't know which one's out of sync. Oh, they've called that against Paris, I believe.
I thought it was Corbin.
He called unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe.
Well, we'll wait to see. I didn't see the signal, but I thought that our lineman had moved. You're right.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
What is happening out there that we don't know about? Unsportsmanlike conduct, a non-contact foul, has put the ball all the way up to the 49-yard line. Paris fans not liking it, but apparently something going on out there that shouldn't be. That is the 7th first down of the game for Corbin. Whoever's doing what is certainly hurting the team.
I think Coach Grenaison from Paris is extremely upset, and he's going after this official.
So we're going to have a timeout here. 4:43 remaining in the first half. Timeout on the score. Corbin 12, Paris 7. Bill, what could have happened? I have no idea. It looked like an obvious illegal movement on Corbin, and then Paris gets a 15-yard penalty, and their fans are incensed over what has happened out there, and so is their coach.
Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Don. If I were a Paris fan, I believe I would be a little bit upset too, because it was a very obvious infraction by the Red Hounds that time. There must have been a reaction on the part of the Paris player that caused the unsportsmanlike call, but it was difficult to see from where we were.
Corbin will have the ball at the 49-yard line, their own. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Corbin leading 12-7 in a rather sluggish first half.
Yes, it has been. Certainly nothing for us to be very proud of at this point.
They're still talking out there. Something had to happen, obviously, that we didn't see from our vantage point here, but the official saw it clearly, and without a doubt, he said 15 yards immediately. So apparently some Paris player did something that he shouldn't have done.
I would assume, Don, that he said something off-colored and caused that, but you never know.
Now we're ready to go as Mabes out over the ball at center. Here's the first down play. Gilmore back to throw. Gilmore throws it over the middle. He's got his man. That will be Moran, and Moran takes it for about 6 yards or 7 to the Paris 44-yard line.
Nice reception by Jeff Moran. Jeff only this year has begun to play a little bit of offense, and I think he's used primarily as a blocker, so I know he appreciates the fact that gets the football thrown to him a few times.
We're getting a little more airplay out of Corbin tonight than usual, at least more than we've seen in the first 2 football games here, but that's the way Corbin has best moved the football thus far. That was a gain of 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3 as Gilmore deals, and that's going to be Hoover, and I think he got the first down as he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good, hard, determined run by Tony Hoover, and we're not getting a whole lot of yardage up the middle, so everything that we can get sure is positive. And Tony's one of our better inside runners. I think that's the 2nd time he's carried the ball this game. He's done pretty well both times.
He got 4 that time. That's Corbin's 8th first down of the football game. Now less than 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Corbin leading by 12-7. So the Red Hounds are set. Handoff given to Grigsby. Grigsby trailing off that left side. Not a lot of yardage there.
We've got another flag, Don. I don't know what this would be. Looks like it may be holding. I don't know.
It will be holding against Corbin.
Oh.
So that holding call will push him back. Number 9, Collier Mathis, is the cheerleader out there on that field for Paris. Keeps looking over here and waving at the fans. Let's hear some noise. Wipe out that gain and give Corbin a 10-yard penalty back to midfield now, where the Red Hounds will have it 1st down and 20.
The longer we allow them to hang around close like this, Don, the more confident they're going to become, and the more difficult it's going to be at the end.
So now Corbin on 1st and 20 with the ball back at midfield. We'll have Corey Reeves wide to the right at the end. In the slot is Kennedy. And Gilmore will give it Grigsby, and the ball is on the ground or not. I tell you, we're just not functioning good tonight.
We're really not. We're not executing anything, and as a matter of fact, it looks like the Paris line is executing us.
They were there after a little bit of a collision in the backfield. Back to the 46-yard line. Corbin will have it 2nd down and 24 for the first down. Grigsby wide to the left from the back position. 2:50 in the first half. Corbin leads 12-7. Gilmore looking. He'll throw it downfield. There's Grigsby. Grigsby's got it running to his right. Almost got free, but did get to the 25-yard line.
And all of a sudden, Brian Gilmore comes to life and throws one right on the money, and Mervo Grigsby gathers it in good yardage. We've got somebody injured out in the middle of the field, Don.
Yeah, don't know who it is right now. Ted Engel looking over him. But that was a brilliant play that time by Gilmore to Grigsby, and they came through with the long gainer and a Corbin first down, which will be their 9th of the game. A 29-yard pass play. Big number 70, Joel Carpenter, with the injury. He's up and walking, appears to be all right.
Yeah, I think he's going to be all right now. He walked off the field without any help. Looked rather serious there for a while. He didn't move for maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
That was a 28-yard pass play to Grigsby and gave Corbin their 9th first down of the game at the Paris 26-yard line. 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the first half. So our passing game has been our best play of the night thus far.
We certainly have not been able to move the ball with any consistency on the ground, so I guess we're going to have to throw it.
Grigsby will be the wide out to the right side. He split about 10 yards. Gilmore calls. Gilmore back. He's looking over the middle, looking for Moran, but he'll go down.
They're exhibiting a great deal of quickness on defense, Don. Their ends are being able to penetrate, get around, and get good pressure on Gilmore, who don't seem to be setting up quite as fast as he did in past games.
Not as fast, it appears. The loss is 3, back to the 29. Pardon me, the loss is back to the 34. A loss of 8 yards. Second down and 18, and the pass over Grigsby that time.
We're just not in sync. Our offense is not look very potent at all. I don't know whether we can attribute that to the Paris defense or sluggishness on our part.
Well, of course, we do know that Darren Jackson's not in there. We know he's good. If he's making that much of a difference, we need him back, obviously.
If we don't, we're going to have to get a little bit better blocking than what we're getting, Don, though, or Herschel Walker couldn't run.
Big chore for Corbin. 3rd down and 18 yards to go. The ball back at the 34-yard line. That's Grigsby wide to the left. Kennedy split back also out there. And back to throw Gilmore over the middle. He throws too tall, way too tall.
Well, we're just, we're not even close on a lot of these passes. He was well covered, and Brian may very well have been throwing that away. But we're looking at a 4th and 16 now, and on their 33-yard line, only 1:39 to go. We need a big play here.
Well, it's got to be a big play, or else right now, the mental attitude is that Paris is ahead. However, on the scoreboard, Corbin is leading 12-7. But a big play coming here could change a lot of attitudes. Let's see what happens. Corey Reeves, Grigsby wide to the right side. Gilmore back. He has plenty of time. He'll let her go and throws it almost intercepted.
Well, that time Brian had sufficient time. He just made a poor throw, and we weren't able to capitalize on the man over the middle. Paris takes over.
1:33 to go. And obviously, if Paris can get something done here, they feel very good about the situation right now, down by only 5.
And with the capacity they have to score from anywhere on the field, it's really dangerous with 1:33 to go to give them the football.
Jerry Barnes, their quarterback, can throw the bombs. He's exhibited that thus far. He's going to send Griggs, who caught a touchdown pass earlier, wide to the left side. He has a slot man to the left as Barnes will give it up the middle, and they'll get only about 3 yards. That you wonder about that. They perhaps trying to catch Corbin off guard and run one up the middle with short time remaining in the first half.
Didn't really make a lot of sense to me unless he's trying to run the clock out, and I can't believe that with the type of offensive team that he has.
Got 3 yards to the 37. 2nd down, 7 there. Just 1:08 to go in the first half. They're not in a hurry. Are they satisfied with the 5-point deficit?
Oh, yeah, I think they'd be satisfied to go home with a 5-point deficit.
Here we go. Wide outs both ways. As Barnes, his back slipped down, and apparently that's what they're doing, just trying to run it out.
Yeah. Don, this would be the best showing they've ever made if they were to lose 12-7. So I'm sure they're very happy with where they are now.
Well, where they are now is back at the 36-yard line, a loss of 1. It's going to be 3rd down, and about 7.5 to go for the first down. Only 32 seconds remaining in the first half.
You're going to let it run out.
I would have thought Barnes would have cranked up here, but apparently not. They're letting it run down 15 seconds. Let's see if they'll try to get it off. And a running play ahead that will get them nothing, 2 or 3 yards, and that's about all.
They're very satisfied with the way the situation is now.
So Corbin will take the lead in at halftime. It's been a rather disgusting half for Corbin. They have not been able to do a lot of things well that they are capable of. And they take in a 12-7 lead over Paris here at halftime. The Corbin Red Hound Marching Band will be coming onto the field in just a moment. We'll take time out right here with it being halftime and Corbin leading 12-7. We'll be back in a moment. Red Hound Marching Band to perform here at halftime as Corbin leads Paris by a score of 12-7. Corbin Redhounds leading by 12-7 in a very precarious position, which would call for a good run back right here against this Paris Greyhound team. Both are ranked teams in their respective classes. Corbin ranked number 1 in AA, and Paris was ranked number 3 this week in Class A. So here we go. Paris will be kicking off. It'll be Darren Gray to kick off, and the deep man for Corbin is Brent Kennedy. Here's the kick. It's a high one, kind of short. It will be taken on the hop by Hinderlight. Hinderlight at the 25, and Hinderlight will get up just across the 25 to about the 27.
Fairly decent field position, Don, and I'm hoping that we can come back from what was a rather lackluster first half on the part of our offense and put some points on the board. We've been thinking all evening that there'd be a lot more points put on the board than what there has been, and maybe we can take it out and begin the second half with a good offensive drive.
Let's spot that ball at the 26-yard line, where Corbin will start their first offensive series of this second half with the full house backfield now. And the handoff given to Davis, and Davis tries that right tackle slot. He'll get a couple of yards to about the 28.
And Kenny has certainly had a good bit of packing the ball this evening. He's carried it about 2/3 of the time, and we've not been able to open him up a great deal of room to operate in, but he's doing a hard job picking up the short yardage for us.
2nd and 8 for Corbin at the 28-yard line. Paris playing it rather close to the vest defensively as they stack up along that line of scrimmage. Everybody up close. Now the linebacker's back out of there, as Gilmore will take it on the reverse to the left side. Gilmore got it to the 30, to the 34-yard line. A flag is down. Let's see whether or not he'll get that.
I think they're going to bring it back on us for holding, Don. I believe that we had a takedown on that run.
So that good gain by Gilmore could be nullified. He got up close to a first down. Would have been shy, however. And Paris will get the option right here. A holding penalty could cost Corbin 10 yards. We're a minute deep in the second half of tonight's game, being brought to you by Owens Auto Parts and Garage on 18th Street in Corbin. Next time you need your car worked on or need tires for your car or truck or wrecker service, call Owens Auto Parts. And by Davis Salvage. Davis Salvage has been one of our fine sponsors year after year here on the Red Hound replays. See Harold and Bill Davis for parts for your car and truck at Davis Salvage. And by Food Fair Supermarket. Food Fair, where they give Edson H. Green stamps and service all the way to your car. Well, the Red Hounds lost the 10 yards on that penalty. That'll put it all the way back to the 18-yard line, and so far they've started the second half about the same situation that they had in the first half. Got to get something uncorked here. Mervo Grigsby will come to the right side about 12, 14 yards. This is the second down play, as Gilmore will deal, and no, he will not. He'll keep the ball and got a couple of yards to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and we got a little extracurricular activity. I'm afraid it's going to bring another flag here. However, we're just not, they talk about the quickness of the skilled players from Paris, but where their defense is coming in handy right now is the fact that their defensive line is very quick, and they're making some adjustments just before the ball snap that seems to be working well in their favor, and we're having a great deal of difficulty moving the football on them.
We need to really get some yardage here. 3rd down and about 17 for the first down. And, Bill, we have not punted the ball this year. We're deep in our own territory, and things don't look too good unless we get a long gainer out of this one. It's a 3rd down play from the 20-yard line. Back to throw is Gilmore. He's got his man Grigsby open, but my goodness, that ball is sailing on him. Grigsby has been open several times tonight, but the ball's not close.
He was wide open that time, Don, and once again he was overthrown, and we're just not in sync whatsoever, and I think we need to make some adjustments. I don't know what we can do, but we need to make a few adjustments, I think.
Let's give credit to Brian Gilmore. He's had some really outstanding football games, but tonight has not been one of those. And so Corbin now comes up with 4th down as Brad Rucker is in to punt. A junior 221-pounder. Rucker has not kicked the football thus far this year. He'll get his chance right here and gets out a low end-over-end kick that will bounce and taken at the 45-40, 35-30, down to the Corbin 27-yard line. He lost the football, and flags are down. Will we get the ball?
They call the football dead when his knee hit the ground. I don't know what the flags are for, but we'll probably get a call right here from the official.
On the return was William Wells. Really, the momentum has been in Paris' hands for a long time in this football game. Corbin is ahead 12-7, but Paris making their presence known out there.
Certainly they have been at least the equal of the Red Hounds for the entire period of the ball game, and with just a break or two here or there, certainly they're in a position to take command.
You know what I think? I think that Corbin thinks that's Williamsburg out there is the reason this is happening.
Well,
in those orange and white.
That's
about similar situation that we saw in the Gretorama. Of course, it was a different situation, obviously, then. But the Red Hounds did not look that brilliant that night, and they don't here tonight.
I find it real difficult to give a whole lot of credit to Paris in that, other than the fact that I think they've showed marked improvement over the past few years that we've played against them. But our team just hasn't put in a good performance. We've not played well at all. Whatever that penalty was, it looks like a clipping foul or a personal foul against the Red Hounds, and they moved right on down deep into Corbin territory.
Very deep into Corbin territory. The ball will be at the 13-yard line where Paris will have it. 1st and 10. So you don't start it much better field position than they have it right now. The ball at the 13. So on top of that run back, Paris gets a penalty down to the Corbin 13. Double wideouts to the right side for the Greyhounds now as Barnes calls. He's rolling. Barnes is looking. He'll throw it into the ground. Boy, he took a lick that time.
He sure did. Mr. Ted Engel came in and really put the lick on Barnes and knocked him head over heels backwards, and I'm sure he'll not forget that for a while.
Tonight's game being presented by Crossroads Shell, where they have one of the finest service stations you'll ever find with all those available pumps. Not only that, groceries inside and food. Crossroads Shell at the I-75 interchange. Just a fine place. Here we go. Paris from the 13. Barnes back, rolling again. Barnes will let it go and caught for a touchdown.
We almost look like, Don, that we're running around and not really making an effort to cover anybody back there. They had 2 or 3 people in the same position that could have caught the football. Just not very intense defense.
William Wells on the receiving end of that 13-yard pass by Barnes. And Paris has taken the lead at 13-12. And the try for the point after now by Arrowwood. It's a high snap. They're running for it and will not get it. So Paris does have that 1-point lead as we have a timeout here in the 3rd period with 9:12 to go. Timeout on the score, Paris 13, Corbin 12. The Greyhounds of Paris lead at 13-12, and they're sky high right now as they'll kick off again to Corbin. And here's the kick. Kennedy will have to go way back to take it. He's at the 5-pin, 15-20. Here's Kennedy straight ahead. He's bumped hard. Paris is really hitting.
They really are. They're taking the fight to us. And you can see them jumping and hollering and screaming and going on, and our boys' heads are hanging, and it's just not a good sign.
The Greyhounds are putting the licks on the Red Hounds right now, and it's an unusual situation. Kennedy did get the ball back to the 28-yard line, where Corbin will have it 1st and 10 from there. Well, they trail by 13-12. It's not over by a long shot, but you can see the team out there that has the enthusiasm. That's the visitors right now. Moran wide to the right side, and in the slot will be Grigsby. Corbin's 2nd offensive series of this 2nd half. And
Tony Hoover.
They'll run it to Hoover for the 3rd time tonight. He bursts across the 30 to the 33, a 5-yard pickup.
And the big number 9 there, the defensive end from Paris, Collier Mathis, was on top of Tony Hoover, and Tony carried him for the 4-yard gain. Excellent run by Tony Hoover.
To give him 5, it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the 1st down. And you can hear those Paris fans in front of us, perhaps. They are They are really enthused. Double wideouts to the left side. Gilmore gives, and here's Hoover. Hoover getting short yardage to about the 35. And Corbin will have a 3rd down and 3 situation.
Another critical 3rd down that we're facing, Don, and this is critical because if we turn the football back over to Paris with the momentum the way that it's going now, it could be a long second half.
So a very big play for the Red Hounds right here, trying to get untracked here in the second half. Moran and Grigsby come to this side. It's 3rd and 3 from the 35-yard line. He tried to draw him off. He couldn't, and they'll just try to push their way for about 3 for that 1st down. That was Hoover again. Let's see whether or not he got it. He's going to be very close.
It is very close, Don. I believe they're going to measure.
To the 38.
Eagle Eye says he thinks he's got it.
So let's see if Johnson will go 2 for 2 on the night here. 7:31 to go. The clock is arrested. And this game being brought to you by Baptist Regional Medical Center. They'll stretch that chain and, oops, very close.
1st down.
I don't know how you can call it better than Johnson does.
Eagle Eye was right. They had it by almost 1/4 of an inch.
Goodness gracious. That is Corbin's 10th 1st down of this game. Up to the 38-yard line. Very important 1st down right there. The Red Hounds need to get something going here to take the drive out of these Greyhounds. Mervo comes to the right side. Davis and Hoover, the setbacks behind Gilmore. And Gilmore back to throw. Oh, he's got Reeves, and Corey gets it. Corey goes down after getting a 1st down to midfield.
And, you know, Don, I think that was an excellent play call, just an excellent play call over on the sideline on a 1st down to throw the football. That's one time you can get it to our all-state tight end, Corey Reeves, and be able to move the yardsticks, and that kind of turns momentum just a little bit. A big, big play.
Big play, and it got him to midfield. The 11th 1st down of the game for Corbin now. That's a 12-yard pass play. Grigsby will go left this time. As Gilmore deals up the middle, and they go into Paris territory. Davis, the ball carrier, and he got about 4 yards to around the 46.
I believe that was Hoover carried. I don't know. You may be right, but I thought it was Hoover. Oh, it was Davis, John said. I'm sorry. Must have been Hoover leading the blocking. Then one or the other was doing an awful good job blocking, and the other one carrying the ball, so we'll give them both credit.
Just shy of the 46-yard line now, where Corbin will have its 2nd down, a long 6 for the 1st down. Red Hounds trail 13-12 to Paris. We're in the 3rd period of this game. Now with the backfield straight away, Gilmore back to throw. He looks over the middle and got Reeves, and here he goes. Reeves across the 30 down to about the 28-yard line.
And Brian Gilmore comes to life with 2 bullets that were right on the money, and that was a beautifully thrown pass as it threaded the defenders right into Corey Reeves' arms, and he was able to carry it on down to about their 28-yard line.
Yeah, and Gilmore coming back with that touch that we know that he has with the pass play to the 28 and 18-yard pass play. Will be Corbin's 12th 1st down of the game, and the Red Hounds offense is coming alive now. They trail it by 1. Everybody up close to the line of scrimmage here on this 1st down play. As Hoover will get the carry, and he'll get, well, he earns about 3 yards. There was not a hole there at all.
I want to tell you, he took 3 of their players and pushed them backwards or pushed them forwards for about 3 yards. I mean, that was a gutty, determined run.
They're only going to credit him with 1 at the 27, but he just kept driving those legs. And it's going to be 2nd and 9 for Corbin from there.
They must have blown the whistle early on that because he went on upfield.
Yep. 5.5 minutes to go, 3rd period. Corbin in a tough battle here tonight in their home opener against the Paris Greyhounds. Gilmore on the naked reverse to the right side. I don't know if that was intended or not, but he got a couple to the 25.
Yeah, I believe it was, Don. Ted Engel was trying to get out to where he could block for him. He didn't quite get out there, and but Brian was able to pick up some good bit of yardage there on his own. Nice run.
Just inside the 25-yard line, but we have a big 3rd down play coming here. And the ball is at the 25. So 3rd down, let's call it 7 for the 1st down. Mervo Grigsby will go to the left side this time. And there's Gilmore as he deals, and who got it? Well,
I think he was trying to surprise him with Hoover on up the over tackle there, but we didn't fool anybody, and consequently we're facing 4th and long now.
Yeah. If we got a yard. No, we didn't get anything. Back at the 25-yard line. So Corbin has it 4th down and 7. And trailing 13-12. Grigsby to the right. Gilmore to Grigsby, and Grigsby can't get it.
Well, Mervo made a beautiful adjustment to try to get to the football, Don, but the ball was thrown way behind him.
Corbin gives it up on down, so the Redhounds are still in trouble as they trail with 4:01 to go in the 3rd period. This game being brought to you by the Corbin Deposit Bank and Trust Company. They now offer Quest, a card that you can use throughout the nation. And, of course, a very valuable card that you can use right here in town. And their tellerific machines throughout the area at Corbin Deposit Bank, member FDIC. Here we go. Harris now for the second time this half will get the football, but this time at their own 25-yard line as Barnes is rolling. He cutting the corner now. Barnes has the pursuit on him. Getting free. He takes a lick and goes down as Corey Reeves finally wraps him up.
Good hard tackle by Corey Reeves, but much too far downfield. Barnes is a terrific threat when he comes out there. It's difficult to come up on him until he approaches the line of scrimmage because he has such a good throwing arm that if you come up on him too soon, he'll throw it behind you. But if you don't, he's subject to run it on in.
So for Paris, they get 9 yards that time to the 34. They only have 2 first downs in this game, but they lead it by 13-12. 3:20 to go here in this 3rd period. So Paris will show us the double wideouts to the right side. They'll have it 2nd down, 1 yard to go. Hurrying off the football field will be Gillespie. From the 34, Barnes rolling. Barnes looking. He shoots it out of there on the ground, incomplete. They felt, I guess, that they had it down to waste right there.
Oh, yeah, on 3rd and 1, that's always a good move to make. And Coach Granason has really put together a good football team there at Paris. I think they're far superior to the one that Coach Randy Reese left just a few years ago. Granason has a tremendous coaching record at Louisville Trinity, and he's done quite a job with the Greyhounds.
Let me remind you, if you have an event coming up, a wedding or some activity, and you'd like to videotape it but don't have a videotape recorder, see Larry Jones at the Hall Watson Furniture Company. He rents camcorders there, and of course that'll do the trick for you. They're easy to use, and see Larry at the Hall Watson Furniture Company. They try for the first down. It will be close if he got it.
Very, very close. Our line rose up. Number 78, Fisher, James Fisher in there making a tackle along with Ted Engel on that side of the line, and Corey Reeves, and I believe they may have stopped him. They did stop him short of a 4th down. Very interesting call here.
Would they gamble right at the 35-yard line? Paris leads 13-12. I wouldn't, but let's see if they will.
Now, this fellow's a pretty sharp football coach. He's not going to gamble in this situation.
William Gillespie in punt formation, and Hinderlight hurries to get back. 4th and less than 1 yard. So here's Gillespie. The rush is put on him, and he gets the kick out of there, which will be bouncing at the 40-yard line and still bouncing around. Corbin will get it right near the 42-yard line. So the Redhounds trail 13-12 with 2:09 to go here in this 3rd period. Again, we remind you that for those events that you would like to have recorded and keep for yourself, go see Larry Jones at Hall Watson Furniture Company, and he'll rent a camcorder to you. Has several in stock available for rental. Well, Corbin trying to get back on that board and recapture the lead. Will have the ball at their 42-yard line. The wideout is Grigsby to the right side. As the rushing game will be to Davis. Davis will get about 3 to the 45. We have not been able to break anything from the rush tonight.
We certainly haven't. We're not winning the battle at the line of scrimmage, and Davis is really putting forth some effort. I mean, he is really popping it up in there. He just doesn't have the blocking to break it loose, nor has Hoover or Grigsby. It's a matter of knocking him off the football, and we've not done it.
Kennedy has our long run. That was 11 yards, and other than that, they've been just short gainers. That was about 3, and that's being gracious there. It'll be 2nd down and 7. And here's Davis this time, and Davis really giving that effort, no doubt about it. Gets his best run, perhaps, of the night as he cracks it up to midfield.
This is a courageous young man, Don. He's really hit the line of scrimmage time after time, getting those hard licks, and that's been about his best effort right there for about 5 or 6 yards, and he's really put forth the effort this evening. You can't fault Davis in the least.
He got 5. It'll be 3rd down, a couple of yards to go for that 1st down, just inside Paris territory. 49 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Paris is leading it by a point. And that looks like a 1st down. Good hard running for about 6 or 7 yards there, and that was Davis again.
This kid seems like the more he runs, the stronger he gets, and maybe that'll make a difference. He really never lets up. He hits that line of scrimmage at full throttle on every play.
Nice run right there, and that was his longest of the night. About 7 yards as he takes it down to the Paris 43-yard line. And that's a Corbin 1st down. For Corbin, that is their 13th 1st down of this game. Paris has only 2. 28 seconds to go in the quarter. Grigsby, the wide out to the right side. And here's Gilmore on the roll. Gilmore on the option, pitches back, and where's that ball? It's picked up by Paris. They're on the run, and they'll get the touchdown. It looks like Collier Mathis is the player that got that one on an ill-advised pitch.
Well, you know, Bryant's made some pitches that have been just a little on the risque side in the last 2 or 3 weeks, but that particular one there was extremely costly.
Mathis gets the touchdown.
This is a key extra point, Don.
Well, they've got it up by 7. And the Greyhounds of Paris are taking it to the Redhounds of Corbin. And the Redhound fans appear to be very mum on the other side of the field. The try for the point after. It is no good. It is no good. That was a key extra point.
And that's big.
Paris will be kicking off to Corbin. Paris will have the lead at the end of the 3rd quarter unless we can run this one back, and it's going to be a tough one as it bounces down and taken at the 10 by Hinderleit. At the 20, trying to go wide. The pursuit is on, and he'll try to get free but won't get too much yardage after being hit to about the 23. But again, the Paris players really aggressive.
Oh, they are aggressive. They're really fired up. Our bunch is not all that fired up. Mark Hinderleit made a great effort. He escaped 2 or 3 tacklers, but he wasn't getting a great deal of help in there at that time, and we're going to have to get in the ball game, or this ball game is going to be over.
An upset in the making. That's the end of 3 quarters here tonight from Campbell Field in Corbin. After 3, the score: Paris 19, Corbin 12. We'll be back in a moment. I don't know when I've seen a group have so much fun as these Paris fans in front of us. They are delighted.
And, well, they should be. Their ball club has really put on a good performance this evening. I wish I could say that about ours.
Well, we've got 1 quarter to show our stuff. We trail by 19-12. We enter the 4th and final period of this game. The ball at the 23. Grigsby wide right. Gilmore back to throw. Gilmore throws a soft one, and Corey Reeves got it. It's going to be a short gain across the 25.
And, you know, this is the time when you have to depend on your big house, Don. And Corey Reeves is the man that can get it done for us, and I certainly hope that they choose to go to him a great deal from here for the rest of the game, because we need to make the most out of what we got, and believe me, he is what we got.
Got 5 yards right there up to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 5 now. So the Redhounds got to get it done now. Again, Grigsby wide right. They'll try the running play, but Paris has pretty well stacked them up. They do show some drive there. A late flag goes down.
Yeah, it was out there on a blocking situation, and I don't know who they've thrown it against. It looks like they may be calling a holding call.
But it was a late flag. Corbin getting their 14th first down of the game on a holding defensive call against Paris. Up to the 42-yard line now. 11:18 to go in our game. Paris leads at 19-12. Paris has never defeated Corbin. As the Red Hounds will try the rush, I can't see in that pile of players. They're still going for things.
Anytime that you've got a pile of players and they're moving back like that, most of the time it's Tony Hoover with those powerful legs churning and fighting for that extra yardage.
Got it up to the 45. That's a pickup of 3. Still plenty of time, but of course you got to take advantage of some of these situations now. When you get the ball, you got to make something happen.
Well, I don't know if there's plenty of time or not, Don. I hope so.
Ready to go from the 45-yard line, 2nd and 7. Gilmore back to throw, again over the middle for Reeves. Ooh, batted up in the air and almost intercepted.
Pretty well defended, Corey, that time with 2 people coming across the middle, one in front, one in back. Grigsby was going long, and the ball nearly careened out to where he was.
So that sets up a 3rd down play. Passing game is fine. It can help alleviate the time situation. But it also, if you don't connect, leaves you right where you started there. And we're back at the 45. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. So that puts in a must situation on this 3rd down play. Gilmore back to throw. He rifles this one into the ground. Intended for Reeves.
A little bit low. Corey got down after it, but he couldn't quite get it. We're in a punting situation.
So we've had 1 punt thus far in the game for Corbin. It was returned by Paris. After a 24-yard punt, it was returned.
We're going for this, Don.
Well, from our own 45, 4th down and 7. Feeling that you got to get it done here rather than punt. Let's see. Very big play. Gilmore back to throw. Gilmore over the middle. Reeves has got it. Reeves got the first down. Reeves is taken down after he gets across the 45. Very big play.
Very big play, Don. I'll tell you that personally, my idea would not have been to go for it on 4th down, but they did, and it certainly worked out for them. Big Corey Reeves made the reception over the middle, turned on that little extra burst of speed, took on about 3 tacklers, and picked up the first down.
Wow. 44-yard line. That will be an 11-yard pass play, and Corbin's 15th first down. Keep in mind, Corbin has 15 first downs and Paris has 2, but Paris leads at 19-12 with 10 minutes to go. Okay, the backfield straight away as Gilmore gives to Davis, and Davis running hard. Davis gets his best gainer of the night as he'll take it down to about the 36-yard line.
If they make that kid some holes, he's going to pick up some yardage. Now, it's getting tougher and tougher to block in there. We've got our best blocker, I think he and Joe Carpenter. We've got Ted Engel and Carpenter both out and in the middle of our line, and that sure makes it a little bit tougher for us to operate.
Davis got 8 yards that time. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Surmont to the left side now. Grigsby to the right and straight ahead. There goes Davis, and they'll just try to force for that first down yardage. I don't think he got it, though.
No, I don't think so either. That's something that I think we might have overlooked here for about the last 4 or 5 plays, is the fact that we don't have our 2 of our better blockers in there, and Ted Engel and Joel Carpenter.
He got it across the 35 for a yard. But now we're down to 3rd and 1. So would Corbin go for 2 if we score?
I think not.
They're going to talk about the situation right here with 8:43 to go. So we do have a timeout. 8 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the ball game. Timeout on the score. It's Paris 19, Corbin 12.
I think it'll be a good time to score.
Okay, third down, a yard to go. Will Corbin pull one out of the hat right here and catch Paris snapping?
I'd certainly like to see them throw it in this position. I think that they might really catch Paris up close to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what happens. Corbin had called the timeout preceding this play.
Look at that.
Everybody up close. And it's going to be Davis, and Davis will get the first down. Davis still on his feet as he takes the ball near the 30-yard line.
Davis continues to be more and more impressive as the game goes on, Don. He's really a fighter. Had he broken to the outside cleanly there, as closely packed as they were to the line of scrimmage, he may have well taken it all the way.
He got it to the 29, give him 6 yards. He has really been a battler here tonight.
I'd like to see how fast he is when he could carry it more than 3 yards without 8 people hitting him.
He got Corbin's 16th first down of the game. Unreal on the first downs. 16-2, and Paris leads at 19-12. But you got to give Paris credit. They scored on that long bomb. And then they scored another touchdown pass from 13 yards. They haven't had to earn a lot. Here we go now. From the 29-yard line, Grigsby going to get the call. Grigsby across the 25 and down to the 21.
Good hard run by Grigsby, Don, and he got the tackler got him up high around the neck and was able to pull him down. But Mervo Grigsby made a good, hard, determined run and a big pickup in tough territory.
He's limping a little bit as he goes into the huddle. 8 minutes to go now. So Corbin at the 21, second down and 2 after that 8-yard pickup by Grigsby. Gilmore taking plenty of time as he'll go under center. And deals to Davis. Davis cuts the hole. Davis got the first down as Davis goes down to around the 15.
A slashing type runner, Don. A runner much in the mold of David Miller. A real hard slashing type runner.
17 first downs for Corbin. Davis got about 6 yards on that one, just shy of the 15. So the young man who was getting 2 and 3 in the first half, it seems to be getting 5 and 6 here in the second half. Corbin at the 15. Trying to battle back into this one. Paris has really played them hard here tonight. Gilmore gives it, and there's Grigsby. And Grigsby powers his way to about the 12-yard line.
And the blocking seems to be picking up a little momentum. Our kids seem to be gathering a little more confidence, and we're driving it down their throat to this point on this drive.
He got 3 yards to the 12. 2nd and 7 from there now. Corbin has had the ball the entire fourth period now. They're playing that ball control and trying to battle back. The ball right in the center of the field. Here we go as Brian Gilmore, number 15, the quarterback, goes under. And it's Davis. Davis at the 10. Davis to about the 6-yard line. Another fine run by Kenny Davis.
He has really picked up the momentum, Don. They must have known something coming into this game because they have really ran him an awful lot. And he's done the job.
He got 6 more yards right there. It'll be 3rd down and a yard for Corbin. A penalty marker was dropped. I didn't see it.
That's not a penalty marker. That's a fly.
All right. No penalty marker there. That spot on the field. Here we go. 3rd down, a yard to go for Corbin. The ball is at the 6-yard line of Paris. Gilmore deals. It's Davis. Davis got that first down, I believe. Boy, I'm telling you, he's made a believer out of me this young man.
I don't believe he quite got the first down, Don. He's just a little bit short.
Did he not?
No.
All right.
What you might call 4th and interesting.
4th and game on the line right here. I thought he got it. He ran a long ways, but it's 4th down and less than a yard to go for the first down. 5:47 to go. The football game on the line on this play. Gilmore goes under. The call. It's Davis. Davis got it that time.
They certainly made up their mind that they're going to go behind the right side of that line, and believe me, they're cleaning some people out over there now. Davis, and I'm trying to see who they put in there. Of course, Grigsby was leading some blocking, and Tony Hoover was leading some blocking, and the right tackle and right guard over on that side, whoever the replacements are for Engel and Carpenter are doing the fine job.
We're at the 5-yard line. First down and goal to goal. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Paris will call timeout. So now the situation is this. 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go with timeout. Corbin has the ball at the 5, first and goal. The score, Paris 19 and Corbin 12. 18 first downs to 2, yet you trail by 7. This is an unusual football game. Corbin has it at the 5, and here we go. Near capacity crowd looking on from Campbell Field and Corbin. This is Don Estep along with Bill Crook and Dale Johnson. And the handoff is given to Davis around that right side. Davis scores the touchdown.
Well, they went back to the well again, Don, and once again it worked. We kind of felt like it would be a rollout that time, and I think Paris did too. They cut Gilmore down in the backfield, but Davis went in standing up.
Now let's see whether or not Corbin will go for 1 or 2. Coach Cotton Adams coming out. Brian Mulberry was perfect last week against Cumberland on a wet field. Tonight he had his only try blocked.
Yeah, I don't really know what Coach Adams will choose to do at this point, but either way, we're at least back in the ball game with 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
Well, you do have a playoff in high school ball, so if he should go for the tie, they would have a chance to win it in an overtime.
And since we've had 18 first downs and they've had 2, it would seem only reasonable that we could gain the 10 yards easier than they could.
But it is a very big decision. And the fact of the matter is that we kind of dug this hole for ourselves earlier by giving them that touchdown. And now we're trying to do something about it. Maybe win it on this play or tie it on this play. I have not seen Mulberry come out.
I think we're going for 2, Don.
Well, if we do, we'll lead by 1. If we don't, we trail by 1, and we'll have to go for an onside kick. Let's see. Gooden in the backfield with Davis and Grigsby. We're going for 2. And it's going to be Gilmore. Gilmore goes in there for 2.
He made it. Real nice run. He got behind 2 blockers over there and followed them right on into the end zone. Big play. Could have been the winning. Could have been the difference in the ball game. But we still got 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
Well, now the defense has to do its thing. Either way, the call could have been second guessed. So you have a situation right there that why not put your best effort forward regardless and try to knock it in one way or the other, and they did it by the 2-point system. And so Corbin is in a much better position here because of that. What a ball game.
I noticed on the sidelines, Don, that Coach Jewell was over talking with Ted Engel, and it looks like Ted might be coming back into the game.
Now for the kickoff. Brad Rucker will be kicking off, and the deep man is Collier Mathis. But it won't go to him. The ball bounces and taken by Wells, I believe it is, and he's going to be cracked down at the 35. Now some hitting out there. Notice the change in enthusiasm.
Change in attitude, Don, and Jeff Moran came up with the big hit on the kickoff. So now we've got a big defensive series, and we've got to stop the big play, Don. I'm not worried about a drive, but the big play we've got to stop.
Corbin leads by 20-19, 5:13 to go in this game. Paris will be touching the football for the first time in the 4th quarter. This will be only their 3rd possession this second half. Corbin has dominated the play tonight. Now Paris with their wideouts both right and left, and Barnes to roll. Engel has him cut off. He'll throw downfield. It may be intercepted. Ooh. Gooden knocked it down. I thought he was going to grab it.
I'll tell you what, we were in a very precarious situation. If he don't happen to get up there high enough to knock that ball down, the man is 5 yards behind him, wide open for a touchdown. It's kind of a touchy play.
Barnes will keep you on your toes and keep your stomach in a knot with the way he plays football.
We need to get more pressure on him, Don. It's difficult to throw from a prone position.
Engel did have the chase on him, and he perhaps is playing hurt, but he's in there. 4:51 to go. Paris 2nd and 10 with the ball just shy of their own 35-yard line. It will be Griggs to the right. In the slot is Summers. Barnes sends a wide out to the left side. Wells is in motion. Barnes is back. He's looking. He's going to reverse his field and run. And Barnes will be across the line of scrimmage. Hit. Finally downed after getting 5.
Nice effort by Barnes. Barnes is a fine athlete. He was shaking off tackle after tackle after tackle. And finally, Tim French and Big Corey Reeves and Ted Engel came up with it.
Barnes rushed for 242 yards last week. I doubt that he has 20 yards here tonight, but he has been tough.
I'll tell you what, I doubt that if he had very many yards at all, that he hasn't paid for dearly.
39-yard line, so he got about 4. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Paris. The clock runs with 4:12 to go. Corbin leads 2019. A much tougher than expected football game for the Red Hounds. Very big play for Paris right here. You go back and think about Corbin going for it on 4th down. That was a big call. Perhaps could win him a ball game. Wideouts both ways. Wells is in motion again. Barnes back rolling. He'll look downfield, throws it, and Corey Reeves intercepts.
Beautiful play by Corey. But I'll tell you what, Don, there was containment on the outside by Ted Engel that refused to let Barnes get out there to where he could throw the football, put the pressure on Barnes, and when he turned it loose, Big Corey Reeves was there to gather it in.
At the 49-yard line of Paris, Corbin will have the football. They have been able to play ball control football, and if they can do it here for 3 minutes and 44 seconds, they'll win the ball game.
I would like to see them punch another one in.
No doubt that will be an objective here as they approach the line of scrimmage. The clock starts. So the Red Hounds, who have had the ball all but 3 plays of this 4th quarter, take over right now. And guess who? It'll be Davis around that corner. Here he goes down that sideline, getting stronger as the game goes on.
A star is born, Don. Kenny Davis is really having a great ball game this second half. He is carrying the mail for us and just getting stronger with each run.
9 yards on that one. And it'll be 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line. That young man has come on stronger and stronger with every carry. He scored that go-ahead touchdown. Well, the touchdown that got us within the go-ahead distance a moment ago. Here we go. 2nd down, a yard to go. Gilmore gives. It'll be Grigsby. Got the 1st down. Grigsby make it free. He loses the ball. Grigsby going for the ball. He got it back. It'll be a Corbin 1st down.
Oh, my goodness, what an exciting play. I'll tell you what, if Mervo had held on that football, he'd been long gone. Long gone.
Oh, my goodness. It got away from him, but he was able and had the presence of mind to get back and get on it. And Corbin will have it at the 27-yard line. They have just racked up their 19th 1st down of this game after that 13-yard run by Grigsby.
I'll tell you what, that was a tremendous amount of effort for Grigsby. He nearly breaks the run for a touchdown, and when he loses the football, he continues to go after it. I'll tell you, Mervo Grigsby should really be commended on that play.
Well, the player being helped off will be William Wells after that heroic effort by Mervo Grigsby. Corbin has it at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. The Red Hounds are 19-2 ahead in 1st downs, but they're only 20-19 ahead in points, and that's how they scored here in this game. Very important to hold on to the football now with the clock running with 3 minutes to go. And Davis, I believe it is. Yep. Davis will get a couple of yards to the 25.
The breaking actions don't help a back like Davis. He likes to just keep going. I think he might get a little stiff if he don't get to carry that ball in about 30 seconds.
Well, he's waterlogged right now. Somehow he hit the mud a moment ago. And that's him with the muddy uniform. Red Hounds with 2.5 minutes to go. Have it at the 25 of Paris now. 2nd down and 9 for the 1st down. Gooden in the backfield. He's number 19. Gilmore gives, and here's Gooden cracking ahead for a couple of yards to the 23.
And that's old not Coyote Gooden that carried that one.
Well, again, we remind you that we have Jason Gooden, number 19, a 5'9", 173 junior, and number 30, Jason Gooden, a 5'10", 139-pound sophomore. Number 30 going off. And number 19 carried the ball.
Coyote and not Coyote.
Big play here for Corbin. They want to keep possession of this football. It's 3rd down and 7 for the first down. And they're going to get a delay of game here with 1:40 to go. Still not out of the woods. They needed to get that snap off.
I'm just wondering if they'll put it in the air here, Don. They're not in too bad of a position to do so, and of course that would stop the clock, and that's something that they probably don't want to do.
But it's a long yardage situation, and I wouldn't doubt it here. They need big yardage here with the ball back at the 28-yard line. They're back to a 3rd down and 13 situation.
Let's throw one to big Corey Reeves.
All right, both ends are in tight. After the delay of game, Harris jumps in there. That'll get him 5 of it back.
Well, I suppose the whole Paris line jumped. I don't know if they were pulled offside or not. They got offside.
Yeah,
Paris.
They got 5. So that'll put it back to the 23-yard line, where it was a moment ago. But we still have 3rd down and long yardage. Now, after they spot the ball, let's see if they wind the clock. Was it dead ball a moment ago?
Yeah, I believe that they just
it was the delay of game prior to that. Now here's Davis. Davis winding down that right side.
Fumble.
Davis has fumbled the ball, and Paris has it. And the official's in the way. Gilmore is trying to get him at the 30, the 25. He stalls him.
Out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. He's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Woo. Oh, my goodness. He pulled him out of bounds. Had he not got him out of bounds, he was gone. He's out of bounds, back up at about the 18-yard line, 18, 19-yard line.
But there's plenty of time, and Paris is on the verge of upsetting the Red Hounds with that very play. Corbin sitting on the ball, wanting to win by holding on to it, and the fumble occurred, and now Paris has an opportunity, as close as they are, if they can't get in, at least maybe to kick, unless Corbin can bust them back defensively. Gilmore saved the touchdown as he pulled him out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Paris with 1:26 to go now. Barnes back rolling. Barnes looking. Barnes throwing. Barnes got his man at the 10. Grigsby takes him out of bounds with 1:19 to go.
And he got out into the flats and picked himself up first down, I believe, and he's out of bounds, which will stop the clock.
It will not be a first down, but it's about an 8-yard gainer right there.
Didn't quite get the first down. They're going to measure it.
Paris, taking advantage of one Corbin turnover, took a lead. Now they're trying to take advantage of another Corbin turnover. And they got 9 yards on that play to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 1. You could expect maybe that they might try a running play here with the situation as it is. With 1:19 to go, Corbin leading 20-19. Paris with the ball at the Corbin 9-yard line. Now wideouts both ways, as Barnes, a very elusive quarterback, will go under. And he'll give it on the running play, and they may get the touchdown across the 5 to about the 2. And so they stop the clock for Paris' third first down of this game.
Right up the middle, well-called play. They spread us all over the field, took it right up the middle for the first down. First and goal.
It will take one of the best defensive efforts in a long while to win this ball game now. The ball is at the 3-yard line. A minute to go. Barnes back to throw. Flag goes down. Barnes is hit, and down he goes. They might have had too many players on the field.
Who did?
Paris did not get a player off. That might have cost them.
Well, I think they lost yardage anyway on the play, Don, as the Red Hounds really well covered the rollout that time by Barnes.
And in this case, then, it would be better to push them back as far as you can, regardless of the situation, because 51 seconds remain. I'd like to see it be a holding penalty more than anything. Push them back out of field goal range. But I do believe that they didn't get the player off the field in time. 51 seconds to go. Paris will have it inside the Corbin 10-yard line somewhere after this play. Tonight's game being brought to you by Myers Chevrolet Oldsmobile and Cadillac of Barberville. Go over and see Dennis Myers and his salesman for your next car purchase at Myers Chevrolet Olds Cadillac of Barberville. Now what will be the call? And of course Pepsi, our sponsor.
Well,
or Corbin Red Hound replays here on this Sunday night.
We declined that penalty, Don, and we second down.
Well, they lost to what? To about the 7-yard line, loss of about 4, so they took the down there. Barnes will give it, and they try to. Where's the ball?
They're positioning now, Don. They're positioning for a field goal.
Right, 44 seconds to go. They call timeout. Please stop the clock. 41 seconds now. They call timeout with 44. Right now, the clock is more important to Corbin than it is to Paris in a way.
Well, that they would have some time left to try to initiate some type of a scoring play should they give this up.
Paris has it 3rd down, goal to go. The ball at about the Corbin 5-yard line. 41 seconds on the clock. Now they have wideouts both ways. 3 to the left, 1 to the right as Barnes rolls back. Barnes looking. Barnes trying to cut. He's back there. Barnes in trouble. Barnes just throws it away. Would that be an intentional grounding? Yes, it would be.
Nobody over there.
Has to be. Nobody was there. They got him back at the 20-yard line. Has to be intentional grounding on a play like that, and that is what is called. There was nobody in sight.
There was no choice but to call that. They just had no one to throw the football to, and he was trying to get rid of it.
You got to question that play in a way too. Of course, they're going for the win there rather than a field goal, but they set themselves up, it looked like, at the 5-yard line, maybe one more play and then go for a field goal. But instead, Barnes was caught back at about the 20-yard line. That could have taken them out of field goal position had they tackled him there. Let's see what the end result will be.
It's going to be very, very interesting.
The line of scrimmage was the 5. 15-yard penalty makes it back at the 20, where he was. And a loss of down, which would put it 4th down. Can Corbin survive the scare? Intentional grounding is the call. The penalty puts it back to where? About the 15-yard line, a 10-yard penalty.
I believe about the 13, Don, and
it's a loss of down with that. It'll be 4th down, and so the game is on the line right here. The tee is put down at the 24-yard line, which would make a 34-yard field goal effort by Paris to win the ball game. The line of scrimmage is the 16.
Well, Don, he was unsuccessful in his last extra point attempt. Kicked it very badly. I don't know what he's subject to do from here.
Well, they can either win it or lose it on this play, perhaps. And the young man's name is Robbie Arrowwood. 190-pound junior. Holding will be Barnes, and the placement down. The kick is up, and the kick, it is no good, no good. And the clock is stopped at 27 seconds, and Corbin may have withstood a most severe test that they've had in a long, long time.
And really, the opportunities that came to Paris were more or less in the form of gifts when they picked up 2 fumbles, one for a touchdown and one for nearly for a touchdown. And they were only able to gather in 3 first downs the entire ball game. And the Red Hounds deserve to win the football game, but it's been a tough one.
Well, with 32 seconds to go, they had to try for the 34-yard field goal. It was no good. 27 seconds to go. All Corbin has to do is fall on it now and kill the clock. They fall on it. Penalty marker is down. 24 seconds to go. What a scare, though. What a scare here tonight.
It really has been one, and we've been able to escape, I believe. But you never know what to say in a game like this. Some of the things that have turned about have really been uncanny. Those 2 fumble recoveries. When can you think of somebody picking a fumble up and returning it 70 yards for a touchdown and then picking another one up and nearly scoring again? I don't ever recall that happening in many, many years to the Red Hounds.
When you read in Corbin this week the statistical picture of this game tonight, I think it will reveal very much the lopsided figures for Corbin. But the 1-point margin is a narrow escape.
They just ran off I don't know how many yards on a penalty right there, and whatever that was for, I don't know.
Well, it's insignificant now because all they're going to do is just kill the clock. And it was called for illegal participation. That's what it was. So Corbin now with the ball up at the 35-yard line. Gilmore most assuredly will want a good snap where he can fall on it. If that wasn't offsides, it was very close.
I think the officials at this point are just as eager to get this thing behind them as we are.
10 seconds to go. Corbin has won it. Corbin will go 3-0 in a most unusual football game tonight. That means next week the effort will have to be far greater because Knoxville, Austin East comes to Campbell Field.
And truly, we will have to give out a better effort if we intend to even stay in the ball game with them. Paris physically is no match for the Red Hounds. They just seem to have come in here with a lot of spirit and some good coaching, and hung right in the ball game on the premises of about 2 fumble recoveries and a couple of big plays, a long pass. They were able to stay in the ball game, and you have to admire them for that. But Austin East will be a much tougher task.
That is the nature of football. You don't necessarily have to have the most statistical picture won, but all you have to do is win on the scoreboard, and that's just about what Paris did here tonight. But the Red Hounds do prevail. They came through with a 20-19 victory over the Greyhounds. They still have never lost to Paris. And so next week it's Corbin going against Austin East right here, and we'll have the replay on Channel 19 Southern Cablevision. We hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a testing affair, no doubt about it. On behalf of Bill Crook and Dale Johnson, this is Don Eastep. Again, our final score was Corbin 20, Paris 19. Good night, everybody.